come from? Where you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep them flowing. Where do you come from? Where are you going? What are you feeling tonight? And what are you showing? Where do you come from? 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 Where are you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep them flowing.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? This is Super PlayStation Bros, and we are having some issues with the links on the joining front. Still no luck. That is terrible. That is terrible. Damn you, Restream, for updating. Can you run this through Restream? I don't know what you're saying there, Doragon. Welcome to the show. I didn't want to start too late. This is episode 6. I can't run anything through Restream here, and yeah, if I join this call, it doesn't come through on the stream here. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I have no way to get around it, and I thought that link would work as it's changed. All right. Well, I guess at this point, I'm not exactly sure what to do. In the This is awesome, everybody. Welcome. You know, there is some things we're going to be talking about. Hopefully, there's a free-to-play Battle Royale coming out July 13th. That's going to be all melee focused that I wanted to go over. I've been getting into a little bit of Ratchet and Clank. I can say it's absolutely been blowing my mind. Mentally, like I it's hard to even grasp what's happening on the screen when you're transporting through these rifts. It's kind of mind-blowing in a way. But yes, hopefully we're able to get Doragon up in here. And I think that is the call ended. I'm not sure. But we are going to see. Okay. Now, hopefully we're having a lot of technical difficulties up in here. This is not working out super great. I think Restream had an update, and ever since that update, nothing wants to work great for me. So yeah, this is going to be a fantastic show where I just fumble around for a little bit. All right. Well, anybody want to jump up in here with me, feel free to. I'm just gonna, maybe the link will work, maybe the link will not work. Let's get into it then. I'm going to be talking about some PlayStation news. I've been playing a little bit of Ratchet and Clank myself. I wanted to get into that game. It's actually very entertaining. It seems like a Pixar movie at first. There's a lot of like funny themes. The boss doesn't take himself too seriously, but you can really crank up the difficulty and it becomes a pretty cool platform shooter with a little bit of challenge to it. You got a multitude of different weapons, so you have fun there. Uh, we have coming up in some PlayStation news here. Nakara Blades Breakpoint takes on a new Battle Royale as it's coming to PlayStation 5 on July 13th. A melee-focused Battle Royale brings together unique martial arts combats and visual styles. So this is a different take and really cool to see. I didn't see this on my radar. It didn't come up in the showcase from what I can see, but we're getting a melee-focused Battle Royale in 3 days. 3 days. Now, I've seen this one. This is going to show mostly cinematics of what's happening. Come on, cowboy. I need Doragon. Doragon. I sent you the link. I don't know what's happening with Restream. It's not letting me have any other guests come on. I do not understand it. I thought hopefully once it went live, it would. It says invite up to 10 guests through the link in chat. Gave him the link. I don't see him in the background, but unfortunately, I'm not sure how to progress here. I still want to bring some PlayStation news. So here we're seeing a lot of cinematics, but the big takeaway is pre-register now, but free-to-play game. Really exciting to see. Melee focused. How is this going to work out? But you know that running around in Fortnite with a sword is one of the most fun things to do. So an entire game filled with that is going to have some entertainment value at the very least. Globally, it's launching on July 13th, and that is going to be cool. And why? See, not even the background music is working. This is really I am sorry, Doragon. I think it is a Restream. It's really not working properly. So this is the first time I've hosted a show by myself. If anyone can join the link and save me, that'd be great. Unfortunately, we're hit with technical difficulties. Like, is there supposed to be background music? I can't even hear it. It's not happening. Like, don't update your stuff unless it works. Am I right? We're coming down. If you pre-register, you can get some goodies. If you're a PlayStation Plus member, you will also receive these extra items, cosmetics, but they look like actual currency that can help you in the game. A lot of cool visual aspects here that they're showing off. But yeah, I'm excited. Free-to-play game, melee focused, coming at you July 13th in 3 days. So be prepared for that. And yeah. Doragon, what do you have to say about that? And then Doragon would talk about what's happening there. And then next, I wanted to go over Helldivers and sort of take a look at what's happening on Helldivers. It wants me to enter my age. Oh, come on. I'm too young to watch this stuff. So Helldivers is the brand new multiplayer third-person shooter that's coming to PlayStation. It is looking epic in scale. People are complaining typically that the multiplayer factor is missing from the PlayStation experience, but here we have you're in third person. You kind of look like a Mandalorian, if I'm not going to lie. You're able to take different arsenals out. It gives really a Starship Troopers vibe. I'm not really seeing a PvP aspect to it. What I'm seeing is, well, this may just be since it says co-op, but basically Starship Troopers, where you're taking out these massive bugs. You're working as a team, third-person combat. Everything obviously has that PlayStation feel. Huge explosions. You can feel that right now on the DualSense, how that's going to be able to hit you. You have rocket launchers. That's going to be hard to pull back on the trigger. The flamethrowers really going to have that, extended low vibration feel through it. You're going to be able to customize all these characters, I'm sure, that you come down on. And how are they getting away with this? I mean, do they not look like Mandalorians? I guess they had it there first. So Nakara has been around since 2019, 2020 on the PC. Doragon says, yes, Doragon. This is actually helping me very much. PS5 is the last to the party, so imagine it's going to be very difficult to get into. But the melee combat in a battle royale is a welcome change to the gunplay normality. See, that is wicked. See, I thought it was a brand new free to play coming, but you're saying they're the last to come to the party. I don't think I've seen this on Xbox though. So perhaps it was just hanging around on PC, but I think the console crowd is definitely a new one to take it on. Perhaps if it came from Switch before this, it would have that console experience. But if this is the first dive into the console world, I think that'll be good to see. Oh, look at that Tesla coil in Helldivers. I mean, that's some excitement there. Oh, that looked like a bit of PvP. Did he kill him right when he came out of that? Oh, and that looked like an aerial drop. I wonder if you can call those in. Oh, yeah, you can call those in from the top. Wow. Oh, and you come from the pod. That's the Helldive experience. Okay. Helldivers looks like a fantastic fun time, 4-player co-op third-person shooter with friendly fire on, shenanigans ahoy. I know. I mean, how many times are you just gonna nick your teammate in the back? Hey, no, it wasn't me. It was that guy. It was that guy. Coming 2023, a little bit of a letdown on this because I didn't get to see exactly when we're going to get a release. And when you think there's only a couple months left in 2023, you really were kind of hoping that you were going to get some sort of release date there. But nonetheless, very excited for Helldiver. It aims to be an experience that you're really going to be able to get into with a bunch of PlayStation friends. Hopefully it'll catch on and there will be a big movement behind it, because as you know, some of these games can kind of fizzle out, but I really think PlayStation has the ability to bring it to the excitement, to that big factor. Doragon then says bullets ricochet off enemies as well, so you need to properly coordinate to get taken out by your friends. So you need to ricochet off of enemies, so you can't just be like shooting point blank, because the guy beside you is just going to also get sprayed if they bounce off the scales in a certain way. So that friendly fire aspect becomes a gameplay element. Very cool, very cool. Here is a story that I brought up specifically for Doragon, so that's fantastic. We couldn't get him to join today. Restream, why? Okay, 8 Ways Wanderer, The Fragments of Fate reimagines the time-traveling adventure for the PSVR 2. So this is a game that we saw. I'm here in text form, he says. Yes, I see you're here in text form. But I missed your presence. I'm very frustrated. And Doragon knows. I got all the show notes ready last night. I sent him the link. Went to bed. I was happy. I slept the whole night through. Knew that this show was all ready to go tomorrow. And then we have technical difficulties. Well, a new combat system, full body avatars, an art makeover, and much more to arrive next year. So this game is something that we got a sneak peek on the showcase. Believe this was more or less the trailer we saw on the showcase. People are going to be excited. It seems to be a new take on what VR is going to be able to bring to you in terms of adventure, in terms of storytelling, in terms of something that not just, climbing and shooting, but you're doing something that's traveling through time, experiencing these different biomes. There is a world to explore out there in this game, and I think they've given you that space to explore it in. I'm sure Doragon would have awesome things to say, as he is the owner of a PSVR 2. I'm sure he's heard maybe a bit about this studio. I'm going to give him a second to maybe chime in through chat here. Here we do have some climbing aspects. The full body avatar, Doragon says, here we have him in text, is a big thing for VR legs. Yes, that's true, because when you're in VR, it's kind of hard to have that disconnect when it's just your hands. The Synapses has been great fun, says Doragon, and a superb example of what PSVR can do, but the lack of the body is really off-putting. So having that in this game is a big help. Yeah, I agree. It would be, yeah, look, you see you have your full arm. It's not disconnected in any way. And it probably goes a long way to not make you feel as disconnected in this world. And being able to see yourself in a mirror, look at you, you're a different avatar, and you can just imagine how that's just going to transform in the next 10 years or so, looking at yourself in a mirror in VR. This is just basically the very first steps of what the future holds, in my opinion. Rock out. Bum, 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 bum. Wanderer. 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 No, Wanderer. That's how it works. That's how it works. Thanks for coming along that pronunciation journey with me. Hey, what's going on? Why do you read Doragon's messages and not mine? It came out on xCloud a while ago. Are you not seeing my messages? And I don't see Doragon's messages that you're reading. So, Cowboy, thank you. I do appreciate you jumping in here, and I do want to read your messages. However, Restream is really bugging out on me. So the chat, I had to reload the page there because I see your messages on the side. It did come out on xCloud a while ago. So, wow. Okay. This is going to be the first time it comes out to PS for the Battle Royale. So, really not as exciting, but hopefully, a good enough crowd. I mean, I'll be able to jump into it and experience a free-to-play Battle Royale. So, I mean, I haven't heard of it, unfortunately, but it has been cooking around for a couple years. I do like the idea of Melee. So, Doragon is messaging me in Discord. That's why we're having a bit of a technically confusing show here. But I'm trying my best to make it through, and I appreciate you hanging on, and thank you for jumping into chat. So that game was added to xCloud a while ago. It's a lot of fun. I can see you and I playing that together. Oh, Cowboy. I would like to look up if it was cross-play. But actually, you're on the PlayStation World, so what am I saying? And you're back on PS Premium, so that would be awesome to get into. And the more multiplayers, the better, because I'm finding that a bit of a lax situation right now. I want to get in with more multiplayer and get in with more people. I think you'll like the game. Yeah, I do want to try it. That's what I thought. The melee focus stuff looks really cool. I'm a big fan of Sekiro, so I think it could be exciting. Rashid swords into Street Fighter 6 on July 24th. Ooh, they're adding a new fighter. He's got a whirlwind of moves that'll send him flying through each fight. Rashid leaves all the opponents in the dust. So that is Nito Burrito, and we can get a sneak peek for all you fighting fans at what this new character is looking like. Now, I played some earlier Street Fighters. I think I had Street Fighter 4 maybe. I do not recall the fighter Rashid. Maybe Doragon would have more input on this guy. Me and FCat won our first match. Very first match playing it. Were you guys playing Street Fighters? What first match? Oh, you're playing, talking about xCloud, the Battle Royale, teaming up on the Melee thing. Yeah, that would be wicked. Man, I feel I need to team up with FCat and get on some Returnal with him. I know he was off for a couple days, but that was also Canada Day long weekend, so I was busy as well. So have to catch up with him on the weekend. But interesting how he's able to harness the elements. Cool, very visually stunning, this character. Oh, this game just looks incredible. I just cannot memorize and master those combos. I mean, I feel like I would play way too hard and break my controller. It's just, it's such a high pressure game when you're fighting another person next to them. Doragon says, I'm a terrible game player, but as far as I know, a more varied roster is a good thing. So this guy is a plus. It is a plus indeed. Street Fighter 6. Oh, and there he is. Oh, look at that. That's a nice finishing taunt. Just sitting in a tornado. Obviously, that guy should be tested because not everyone can, harness tornadoes like that. I think he may have a medical issue that somebody needs to take a hold of. We're seeing which games are getting the player's choice for June's best new game. The Battle Royale. When does it come out for PlayStation? It comes out in 3 days, July 13th. You'll be able to jump into, I don't want to get the name right, Naraka, the melee-based Battle Royale. So in 3 days, we're talking probably Friday is July 13th? Friday or Thursday. But what in June is the best new game? So maybe if you're rocking some games on Thursday and it comes out, like Wednesday would be the 11th. Yeah, so it comes out on Friday. Maybe if you're doing a weekend stream. Yo! Ray the Gaming Cyborg and SPG. What's going on, guys? Unfortunately, we've had some restream issues, and I'm out here by my lonesome. But Doragon has joined me via text, and he's helping me get through this show here. And we're going over the PlayStation news still. We're dedicated to bringing what's up in PlayStation, this news. So lock on in here. Vet Gaming. And if anyone can use the link, please feel free to save me as I am chilling here by myself, and apparently the link won't work. Feel free to jump in and help me get through this PlayStation news. It would be appreciated here. Easy for me, says Doragon. June's best game by far is Humanity. Oh, Humanity. Wow. So I loaded up Humanity, but I did not get to play because I was kind of blown away by Ratchet and Clank and seeing what was happening with that. The visuals, yes, it kind of feels like a kid's Pixar movie, but the combat is actually pretty cool. That glove, you throw the grenades, there's like a fungus gun. It's getting back into some real cool gameplay. So player's choice for the best new game. Now, everyone may have their own opinion. I've actually only played one of these 3 games. Doragon has played... Final Fantasy, if I'm not mistaken, and yet he's picking Humanity. Interesting. Ray is backstage. Is he backstage? I do not see you there backstage, Ray. Oh, no, Doragon, save him from his loneliness. Be careful, because you could show up. Yo, BBC is waving in the back. Yeah, no, I think Ray is just joking around. The 2 defenders. Yo, thanks for coming by. If I join, can we make it an Xbox show? What's up, chat? No, you cannot make an Xbox show. This is a PlayStation show. And we are just chatting and chilling here. So the best games coming out for June, player's choice. Vote now, be a part of it. I would personally vote Diablo because I've not played the other 2 games, but that's how it is. How does it work? At the end of every month, PlayStation blog will open up a new poll where you can vote on the game released that month. Soon thereafter, we'll close the polls and we'll announce the winner on the PlayStation blog. The store will also showcase some of the players' choices throughout the year. So that's cool. The poll is now closed, but be sure to check out the blog. We'll let you know when the polls open again next time. Oh, Doragon says Final Fantasy 16 is stupendous. but humanity had something special to it. Damn, now I'm going to have to see what's going on with humanity. That sounds ridiculous. I did almost get into it, but then I was like, I got Ratchet and Clank. Only so much time in the day. Let's catch up on chat here. Hopefully everyone is doing fantastic. Thank you for coming by. Pika Pika. I don't think it's his fault. I think it's honestly the link. I think it's not working fantastic. And unfortunately, I would join, but honestly, I'd offer zero value to the PlayStation. David, if you could join. I'm just chilling out here. We're talking PlayStation, but it would be good to just bounce off some conversation with. But I understand if you got other things going on, no worries, because Pixel Junk Eden 2 swings on to PlayStation 5. The Pixel Junk series is steaming ahead. They've been releasing a couple games onto PlayStation as of late, and this is the most recent one. So this marked the 15th anniversary of the Pixel Junk series, which started way back in 2007. Wow, 2007 was 15 years ago. Jeez. Is that right? Can't be right. Oh man, I'm getting old. Gardens of Eden. If you're a new Pixel Junk Eden series, I want to share this quick introduction. So while we take a look at what's happening in the Garden of Eden, take a trip together. So to me, let's take a trip together back to the Gardens of Color and Sound. So this kind of seems cozy to me. Whoa, cozy and psychedelic. Oh my gosh. I am tripping out here. Doragon says aspects of the 2007 were 16 years old. We're old, dude. Yeah, Doragon and I are the same age as well. Oh my gosh, this game is like cozy mixed with psychedelic. Like, is that... Whoa! So you're kind of like bouncing around a hypnotic platforming adventure in stunning 4K. Does this need 4K to me? Like, I feel like you could get away with 2K if you're doing a game like this and still be visually stunning. But whoa, what a interesting concept. And Pixel Junk is always pumping out different styles of games. Like their wheelhouse is just nothing to be messed with for sure. Humanity is interesting, I'll say. That reminds me of an older game called The Last Guy. You can play it on PS Plus. Oh, Cowboy drops an interesting fact there. The Last Guy, I'll have to see it. It's probably not as like The Last of Us, but it's definitely there. You'd be another voice, David. It's not zero value at all. The outside perspective would be good. Yeah, David. Come on, bro. But I understand. People may be trying to join and the link just may not be doing it. But that is cool. Rayman meets Lemmings meets Pakaloco meets ReZero, as far as I can tell. And that is Doragon's description of the Pixel Eden swings. Pixel Junk Eden 2. Whew. As we continue on. See? David, I'll give you some time if you're still hanging about. I'll skip over the Dark Urge BG3 panel from hell that I was going to talk about. If you have any time to jump into, I'm going to be saving that story for last. And we're going to get into MLB The Show. We're getting a new season. What is that new season? It's season 3. It's bringing some new content and rewards. It's live today, so you can get access to it. They're bringing you a new field. Interesting. I would have thought they included all the fields in the game base, but hey, it is what it is. A new field. New city, I assume, but really cool. We'll take a little look at their 30-second clip here that they've been able to share with us. So this is a forecast. Wow, look at these people. They're looking fantastic. So MLB The Show, you got some new players, some new cards there. I assume that works into the gambling system that these kind of guys gotta have. in these games. Oh, we got a Muppet. New Legend. Oh, and look at that. Available now. Season 3. So if you're into MLB, you can get access to the new season now. Cool. And second to last topic here, we have the PS5 Slim. Now, did we get an accidental announcement from Microsoft that the PlayStation 5 Slim and Pro were being announced through the core documents? Possibly. So here's Doragon's comment before I jump off into PlayStation Plus. I have a very British view of MLB. That is, you're playing cricket wrong. And I see what you're saying, man. I was never a huge baseball guy myself, but I know that people absolutely love the game. There's a huge following behind it. These sports games have their audience, and they're bringing in the new season. My only take on sports games is, yeah, it's blocking me. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think it's working properly. Yeah. Man, Restream, you're letting me down. I appreciate you giving it a try, though, Wilson. We're going to keep working through this. It's definitely the right link. Yeah, it is, Wilson. Doragon was having the same issue. Like, I wouldn't expect it to work for you, and I do appreciate that. I just thought I would try. It's fairly weird that Sony didn't announce a PlayStation 5 Slim in the coming months, but the console will be 3 years old by then. And so my thinking is they'd release it halfway through the life cycle, right? If we're going 2020 to 2028, then they'd probably announce it and release it 2024 release, is my sort of thinking. And we have court documents that released as part of the FTC trial regarding Microsoft's apparent eternal acquisition of the Blizzard stuff. And they were expecting Sony to release a PS5 Slim later this year, around $399. So that would make it more accessible to a lot more people. You know, most people are just doing the digital downloads anyways. I wonder how the PS5 Slim would sort of shape up in terms of processing power and what's behind sort of the white plates there is. And thank you, Doragon. We have his comments coming in, so excuse me. Everyone, I wish I could do a British accent for Doragon, but I cannot. A slimline model has been in every single PlayStation generation, he says. I have the PlayStation 2 and 3 Slim models, as they look better and they take up less space but offer the same power. A slimmer PS5, being a monster already, would be a very welcome thing. A price cut to $399 would also be very huge. Yes, it would make it a definite market player. And PlayStation likewise sells a less expensive digital version for $399 and is expected to release a PlayStation 5 later this year. So this is all coming out of the FTC documents, and we're sort of rumored to believe that this could be on the horizon. So you may want to look out for that in the coming months. So thank you, FTC dealings. We could see a PS5 Slim. Maybe it'll be partnered with that little QLED thing, or the Project Q. Who knows? We will see in the near future, but basically there has been talks about it. My sort of dealings is, what are we going to see from the Pro? What sort of games have we seen now that can't be run on the PlayStation we already have? I feel like we haven't got enough PlayStation 5 exclusives to really push this system yet. I mean, we haven't even dropped PS4 yet, and we're already talking about PS5 Pro. I feel like the life cycles are just so short right now. I just want PS5, base to have its time in the sun for at least a couple years, maybe have its own couple games come out. I know we've had Horizon, we've had Last of Us, but these are all, we've had Ratchet and Clank, but maybe another cycle of these games. But who am I to stop the wheels of progression? We're just moving forward. Doragon says, I still think the Pro would be a bad move, but there would be next to no customers able to take advantage. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to take advantage, but I guess somebody holding off just gaming on that PS4 would be able to make that jump to straight to PS5 Pro. So it's all, I guess, when you jump the generations. Hopefully I'll stick my PS5 out enough for the PS6 Pro, so we'll see. Hopefully by then it's all cloud anyways. Who knows what the future holds? All right. Well, I appreciate it, Wilson. Trust me, it's a restream thing. There is issues galore happening today. I do appreciate everyone hanging on and hanging out with me. It has been a little bit new hosting this all by myself, but I am trying my best out here, and I appreciate Doragon for chiming in here and helping me with the information in the chat. We are going to get on to the last story here, which is BG3 and their panel from hell. They were talking all about their new character, their new sort of storyline, and I believe the best way to describe it is your oath is to the Dark Urge. But before we go on to that story, Doragon has a couple more words, and sorry about that. This is what I'm dealing with the tech situation. He says, I still think that the Pro would be a bad move. There's next to no customers that would be able to take advantage. What would the Pro do above the base, though? We already have 120 frames and 4K visuals or immersive feedback. What's the Pro going to do beyond that? Sorry about the scuff today. Oh, no worries. Yeah, that's what I was sort of going on, and I can see that you agree. It's like, what are we missing in gaming that the Pro is really going to fill that gap? Maybe just bringing in line up to what PC specs are sort of bringing on average, just sort of moving the needle more on the PS5, bringing in line that 60 FPS as a more consistent base, maybe even bringing up to 120 FPS in a lot of cases. I don't know. Maybe just really locking in, I think that 60 frames would be the advantage of the Pro, but we have yet to hear specs. We're just kind of hearing whispers through the FTC hearings. But yeah, it's like what the PS5 already does that as is right now. So what more are we going to see? Introducing fully customized origin character, the Dark Urge in Baldur's Gate 3. And now I know people have been hearing all about the bestiality in Baldur's Gate 3. That actually has nothing to do with the Dark Urge. However, if you have an urge to do a bear in the woods, I would call that a Dark Urge. But they are different in the context of this game. So the Dark Urge is kind of this oath you take, and it seems that you have the urge to basically murder everyone that is in your path to the Baldur's Gate. Maybe my preferred path line for playing through this game. It'll be fun and interesting. So they showed off sort of this is how you're going to be progressing through the game. They showed you kind of biting off some guy's hand, which typically in every playthrough I've seen, you sort of take on this companion as your friend. That was real cool. Then they showed off this Dragonborn character, which is humanoid dragon, fully customizable, sort of this pearlescent shade to it when you went all white, which was really cool to see. The level and depth of character and customization, the variation of over 1,000 different ending scenarios, 187 hours of cutscenes, which sort of just they don't come through one story play, but they're diverged in all the different paths you can take. The game comes out to PlayStation on September 6th, and it's really set to be a stunning RPG, which allows you to sort of take Dungeons and Dragons into your own hand and be an active character and have Baldur's Gate 3 be your dungeon master. So really looking forward to it for the PlayStation. It should be really exciting for people to get into, to build content around this, to see all the different ways to play this game. The excitement in the community around this is very large, and should be exciting. Be sure to lock in, as we will see this September 6th, same date as Starfield, actually. So coincidence? I can't wait for this game, says David Wilson. And we have Doragon dropping in. Every new bit of information on BG3 is a further mark in the nope column for me, he says. I want my time respected, and early access hasn't shown that to be the case for what I appreciate. I can totally respect people wanting to dive headlong into it, though. Yeah, absolutely. If the Dungeons and Dragons experience is not for you, obviously this is not your game. However, if you are looking to jump into Dungeons and Dragons and really have that sort of digital dungeon master and story, and have that freedom and choice, and really respect, the conversations and where you could lead to, and do I want to pickpocket this guy, or do I want to eat him, or do I want him to be my friend, or do I want to kill him and then raise him from the dead and now he's part of my army? So there's just there's aspects to every game, right? This is definitely set to have a big following, and I'm sure it'll do very well for itself. And without further ado, I think we've made it throughout my show notes here. And D&D is for me, says Doragon. I am the king of the nerds, after all. It's a gigantic RPGs that are not. Give me a pen and paper instead, he says. Absolutely. And that is a fair and valid point. However, I'm sure there's no arguing the success that is Baldur's Gate in that franchise, and how it's kind of echoed throughout time. So I think the creators in it have put a lot of good work into it, and people will be showing it off as content creators. However, not for everyone. Well, as I end up the show, I'm going to show you a little bit of a game clip we got going on here. Here we have it. This is from the Ratchet and Clank game. This is one of the game mechanics that really gave me a mind trip. It was almost hard for my brain to digest what was happening on screen. So here we are. I'm just going to show off a little bit here. Have some fun.
Why don't we get it back from Nefarious first?
Right? Oh my gosh. So he was literally pulling the stage. Like, I didn't understand what was happening there. Like, you're pulling the stage to you, or you're going to it? It just like blew my mind when it was happening. I couldn't understand mentally what was happening on screen. That real-time rapping is unbelievable. The real-time warping, is unbelievable even now. It's just hard to mentally digest it as I was playing. I was like, whoa. That is a new and evolving feature when it comes to video games. That is something I have not experienced. Yes, it's a small little mechanic, but little by little, they're growing the experience that I'm having. And I think that is important to push games forward. And that real-time warping, I think, is one little aspect that I turned this thing on and I said, hey, this is pretty cool. This is fun. So yes, I just thought I'd show that off, a little clip to end off the episode here. Doragon says, wait until it gets intense later on and you're linking all of these mechanics together. Your mind will be blown. Absolutely. I'm only a little bit into it, but it's delightful and enjoyable. He gets into the ship and it's like, enter password. And he just ends up mimicking the evil boss. He's like, I am the evil lord of the empire. I don't need a password. And then he just like goes. It's just little Pixar comedy fun, but all good at the same time. I want to thank you all for coming, hanging out. Doragon, I appreciate you inputting through text chat here. Thanks everyone for coming and hanging out again. I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties I had today. Hopefully by next week, it'll be all patched up and ready to go. Yes, SPG. Hopefully in 3 to 5 years, PC can catch up. Is the running joke we have here. But the PC version of Ratchet & Clank is just around the corner. So be sure to keep your eyes out for that release date. And you'll be warping in the 4090 in no time. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. PlayStation, and be kind and bring peace to the world. Am I right? Take care. Nope. This one.
Do I even need to? I die with the season leaves. I glide with the season breeze. True, my mind so easily spooked. I ride just to be the me. Oh, finds hype super decently smooth. Nice type, but as sick as